Jackie here from Pink Alpaca. Thanks for joining me again. I've got another project for you today. This is another in the Christmas series. Some little ornaments that I have around the house. I love making these. It's the sort of thing that once I get started I end up making lots of them, and what they are these lovely little yarn wrapped Christmas trees. So previously I bought you the yarn wrapped wreath. This is a similar idea, but these are my handspun yarns that are wrapped around styrofoam shapes. They can be any shape really, but I happen to have been given a selection of these in different sizes, and so experimented with them and actually really liked the way they turned out. So different kinds of yarn wrapped wreaths. Okay, here we go. This is how to make them. So your starting points this time are these styrofoam shapes, very cheap, very lightweight, and you can get those from most good craft stores. I've got them in different sizes. I quite like the graduated size, and you can get smaller ones still. So if you wanted a little grouping of 3, then this would be a nice way to go, or you have another one of that size next to it. So styrofoam shapes. Then you will need, now these are my hand spun yarns. I did tell you that I'm a spinner, most of you know that anyway. So I've used my own yarns here. This one is purples and pinks and greens in a thick and thin slub. And then this one is more of a natural colour, but with slightly more muted shades, slightly more grey. The only other thing that I've got on here are embellishments. So here we've got a little star, which is actually made from, I'll move these out of the way. The little star is actually made from these. I keep these little jars, and I've got little, I'll get you a colour that you might be able to see. I've got little, there you go. Okay, and I put those back to back, but I'll show you that while I'm making. And then I did say stars, and they're not actually stars, are they? They're bows, but I stick them together to make the star on the tree. And then I've got actual little satin stars. These are just flat, that I bought in a pack of 200, something like that. As you can tell, I've been using them a long time, and they are now wearing down. So all of this is available via my website, but I will be selling little kits. That means you can make 3 of these in the kit, and it will include some of my handspun yarns. All you'll need to do is tell me the colourway you like, because of course that's the great thing about making your own, is you can customise them to match your home decor. So I've gone for these pinks and purples. I like the muted colours, which is this sort of colour with the greens. I've got this lovely slub, thick and thin here, and I've also got some really nice grey Gotland. So you know, you can start anywhere. Tell me the colours you'd like, and I can make up the kits accordingly. Otherwise I am doing the muted shades. Okay, a couple of other things. I've told you about these in the past. My fabric scissors, make sure you've got a good pair for cutting your yarns and your textiles. And just on the base of this, because I like everything to be nice and tidy, I've put a little punch circle just to cover up the drips of glue and whatever else. And for that, if you're going to do it, you don't have to. But if you are, then I just used a punch, a 2-inch or a 2 1/4 inch. Is that 2 1/4? It's 2 1/2, that one, which is for the bigger one, or a 2-inch. Okay, that is everything apart from a glue gun. All pretty simple. Use whatever you want on the top, wrap it in whatever colours you'd like, and some glitters. Here we go. This is one of my hand spuns in a nice thick and thin, so you can see some of the thicker areas there and some of the thinner ones, and I'm going to use that to spiral around. I'm going for a much more neutral version. My daughter asked if I could do a nice frozen colourway in the blue and white or blue and cream for her bedroom, so that's what I'm doing today, something a bit different. And then this is my hand spun. This is a commercial yarn that I've had in my stash for a while. Didn't really know what to do with it, but it occurred to me that actually that's quite pretty and it's the right colours, so I'll go with that. Here we go. All I'm going to do is start gluing, and I use my glue gun, and you can imagine what's going to happen. I usually start at the base, but it doesn't matter. Start at the top or the bottom, whatever's comfortable for you. And you wrap round and round and round and keep going all the way up until you are completely covered. What I tend to do is put a bit of glue at the seam area first, not too much, and usually a cool melt is better in this instance because the hot glue can melt your styrofoam, but don't touch the tip as I just did. Ideally just dribble a bit of glue on it and start wrapping, and every couple of inches along I will add another little bit. So can you see that? Okay, and then I'll go again. Okay, so just dribble the glue and go around. Okay, so I'm going to do this and carry on. You don't need to watch me doing this, do you? I will come back when it's all done, because otherwise you're just watching me wrap round and round and you know what I'm doing. So there we go. I've wrapped the cone with this hand spun. Because it's a really nice textured one, it's actually a mix of alpaca and merino, and I've done it deliberately thick and thin, but you can see the darker shade of alpaca and the paler shade there of the merino, and because of that it's given a really nice texture. So that kind of yarn, this kind of yarn, works really well on these trees. So just wrap round and round. I started, where did I start? I started at the bottom, did I? I can't remember now because I do it differently each time, but I started at the bottom and worked up to the top, and then, oh yes I did, and then when I went to the top I put a dab of glue there, and then I worked back down filling the gaps with the yarn. So anywhere I'd missed I went back round and laid it in. Little dabs of glue as you go, just to make sure. You don't need a lot, it's just to secure it in places. The only other thing that I did, I changed my mind about this commercial yarn. It just didn't look very nice with this really nice hand spun. Out it went, and instead I stuck to that. But what I did do was added some of this really lovely glittery yarns. It's actually an embroidery thread. I buy lots of these in different colours, use them sometimes in my hand spuns, but they're great for these trees. This one had a silver one on it, and this one had a gold, so it's just an extra wrap. And if you look quite closely there, then you'll just see, oh, there's one loose thread there which is going to be tucked underneath. Let's finish it off. So final touches. If you've got a star or whatever you want to place on top, then do that. I've got these little bows in every shade you can imagine. My frozen colourway has gone slightly more cream than white because of this natural yarn here. So because of that, I'm going to put two of these together on the top. This is how it's done. Dab of glue there, dab of glue there, and stick it on. Okay, and then the other little one here goes back to back with it. If you wanted it to be even more pronounced, then you could put a cocktail stick in the top and attach them to the cocktail stick, but I'm perfectly happy with them just like that, as long as they're straight, of course. There we go. Okay, that's one little touch there. The other thing is I've now got these blue and cream stars. What you'll see on the table are glass-headed pins. So what I'm going to do is place the opposite colour through a blue star, a white-headed pin, looks like a little pearl when you pop it through, and then just put that in at an angle in your wreath. Okay, not too tight, because you actually do want the star to show up and then it doesn't become indented. I'll show you the other colour, which is that one. Got a bit of glue hanging off from there. So the cream one with a blue pin, and replace that somewhere else, and do zigzag them around, so you're dotting them at different places around there. So I'll carry on and finish that off. And then the only other thing, if you need it, this is actually quite neatly done. They don't always work out as perfectly as that, so I don't necessarily need to do this, but if you want to, then you cut a circle or punch a circle to the size you want it to be, and you fix that to the base. I don't think I'm going to bother on this one because all I'm going to do is just snip that off. Okay, so there you go, everything is done, everything is finished, and what I will do is show you the finished item, some photographs of that so you can see it with all the little stars dotted around. You can get all of the supplies on the Pink Alpaca website, so that's www.pinkalpaca.co.uk. I sell these in kits, and they will be in packs of 3, so you can get the different sizes, the large one, and whichever way you want to do it. I probably will do large and 2 smaller ones, but there you go, that's the kit with some of my hand spun. If there is a particular colourway you would like, let me know. Comment, let me know. Please comment and share. Please like, subscribe. Just keep in touch. Let me know what you're doing, what you're making, and if you have a go at this, I'd love to see your pictures. So come via the Pink Alpaca website and send me some pictures of anything that you make and the yarns you use. They look so different depending on what colourway you're choosing. Alright, I'm going to sign out. I will, as I say, post some pictures right at the end so you can see them, but do subscribe, like and share. See you soon.